Hey, what's up, guys? So this is day number 9 for pivoting. So I actually started it, and then I totally forgot that I was going to record it, and I got so excited when they put it out. I was like, "Oh, I started it," and didn't realize that I needed to record. And the reason being because I put that video out today for the Windows Docker video, and then I totally forgot. Once I posted that, it was like the only video, and blah blah blah. But whatever, we're here, and if you're returning, thank you. If you're new, please subscribe, like, and all that good stuff. And let's get into it. Today should be pretty fun, hopefully. Hopefully, it's not a headache. So far, it's been pretty straightforward. So, it's all about pivoting. You're going to learn about Metasploit, Meterpreter, and all that good stuff. So, let's get to the questions. So, I'm VPN'd in on my local machine, so that's how I'm connected. So, you can use the attack machine inside of TryHackMe and however you want to go about doing that. So I started it already. Let's go all the way down very, very far. So my IP address is here. You can run an nmap, start all over. I think that's still my IP, right? Yep. So let's do a quick nmap scan to see, what ports are open. Obviously, it's only going to be one, port 80. And then we can go to that IP address. So let's go ahead and actually just get the IP address again, paste that here, and we can see, sure enough, it's a web server that's running. And right down here in, the bottom left-hand corner here, you can see the PHP v7, and then we have the version right here of application. So you can see here port 80 is running. I'm trying to run through this pretty quick so we can get to the meat and potatoes and we can see what's going on from where I left off. We only have an hour before it expires, and yeah. So let's go ahead, and as you can see, I was working on it, not realizing that I wasn't recording. But here we are now. So what framework? Here we go. And with CVE, you can pretty much we can go out to the internet really quick. We can just copy this, not select all. Yes, being fast with my fingers. So let's go to Google CVE and do. Let's go see. Have Kraken over here. And right here, 2021 3129. And here we go here. All right. So now let's get back to the command prompt, the command line, and let's open up Metasploit. And then this is where the action will start. We'll start here once this opens. So this is where I left off. So what we have here is what command can be used to upgrade the last open session to an interpreter session. You can use sessions dash U and then the session number. In my case, it was only one session. And then once you upgrade to that session, now you have two sessions open, right? And we'll see that shortly. We'll give this a minute to cook. All right, cool deal. So now we can do search. Oh, let's go ahead and just search for. So we have two options here. We have exploit. We have the RCE token, and then we have a debug RCE. I would definitely go with the second option because it's U right here, UN. Actually, just bring this over a little bit more and run that again. And you can see, unau- I guess that doesn't make it better, unauthenticated, right? So that's always good, right? So what we're going to do is use one to clear that, show options, and then we just have to fill in some blanks. So the R host, which is here, copy that. So let's go ahead and set. our host, and then set localhost, host, and I want to do ton 0 because that's going to be my local IP address from TryHackMe's VPN. All right, so let's go show options now. And I think that should be golden. Let's go ahead and hit exploit and see if we get any action. Right? Moment. Do. All right, we got session 1. Perfect. All right, so now with that session, just a moment. Let's just like, for example, hit ID, give it a moment, patience, and then we have www data. All right. So now we can do ls and see what's in it and all that good stuff. All right. So now we can just do, if we come back, we can do background, right? Whoop, back, GRU. Yes. Okay. So now we can just do sessions and we have this session 1. Okay. So now if we want to upgrade this to interpreter, if we do, for an example, sessions, whoops, sessions dash H for health, we can see dash U is to upgrade. And then you use the ID that you want to specify. So in our case, it's going to be U.1. So it's going to upgrade that. And that's how we got the answer for here. So the next one is what file indicates a session that can be opened within a Docker container. So if you've seen up here, right here, let's see, make sure. Due to the presence of this file, Docker EV environment file, this is how we can choose to open that up. So there goes the answer right there. All right. So let's go. Whoop, I don't want that. Whoop. Let's go back down. Okay. So what file often uses useful credentials in a web application? Obviously, the environment file. And what we can do here is now we can. All right, so let's go ahead and interact with, so let's go ahead and type sessions again. We have 2 sessions. So if we do sessions dash I now, we want to interact with 2. We can interact with that. And now we can do ls, and now we're on that machine. So what we can do quickly, we can do in ls. Let's do this really quick. So let's do an ls dash al, and for example, var www. So we know it's a web server. Right? So here is the .env file. This is the environmental file that is used to store a lot of credentials, right? And that's how we got the answer for number, whatever number this question. And what database table contains useful credentials? Usually the users. Let's see if all right, users. All right. So now what I want to do is try to cat this out. I want to use cat and then var var www dot nv. All right, cool deal. So what we could do is take all this. This is where I was at. Well, I went a little further, but this is where I was at, and then I just copied that, pasted it in here, so we have it for reference. Okay, and then let's go back. Let's go back here. So that was that. So now what we can do is let's go up. And now this is when the fun begins. All right, so let's go back up here. Let's see where we're at. All right, so now what we have to do is, all right, so we can do resolve. Let's go ahead and type this out really quick. paste, boom. And now we're able to resolve the database IP address, right? The database, the, the web service underscore database, all right? So now we got that information, right? So now what we can do is background this now. Let's go ahead and background, okay? So now we're back here. So now what we have to do is we have to add a route in order to get to the web server database IP, right? So make this a little bigger. So now let's go ahead, copy this, add route, paste, route added, awesome sauce. And then we're gonna add one more route here. Perfect. So pretty much this is the IP address that is pointing to the actual host. And this is the container IP address. That's a default IP address for a container. If you know how containers actually work, they get a hardened or they get like a hard coded IP address that represents that IP, and it's usually 172.17.0.1. Okay. So now we can just do a, what is it? Route print, and bada bing, bada boom. Got two routes in here. All right. So far, so good. And now we need to dump the schema. So what we can do is use the auxiliary here. Let's just copy this and just paste it. Easy peasy. All right. So now what we can do is run postgre to the IP address. So let's go ahead and run this. Run. And I'm just going to find the database and dump out a whole bunch of information here. So again, I want to go ahead and grab all this, copy it from my notes. We all love taking notes, including me. All right. So we have username. So what's interesting here in the tables, in the table name, let's go back right here. In the table name here, we have users, we have passwords. So we have a column with username passwords. So that's good. So this is some informative information right there. All right. So now what we're going to do is try to get, I'm guessing, someone's username password, and we'll get to that in a moment. So now we're going to use the auxiliary admin post, Postgres Postgres underscore SQL because we know it's running a SQL database. And let's go ahead and pop, whoops, go ahead and pop that in there, paste. And then we're going to go ahead and run. So what we're doing here is we're going to go ahead and run postgre, which is the username, right, at the IP address, and postgre SQL, and we're going to do select all anything from users. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop that in here now. Paste it, bada bing, bada boom. Fingers crossed, voila. Now we get some, got Santa, got Santa's credentials. So let's copy this, paste this bad boy here. Let's go, boom, boom. All right, cool. So we have Santa's information. So there we go. All right, so let's go back here. So now we're going to use SOX proxy. So this is how we're going to proxy that data, that information. So let's go ahead and copy this, throw it right in here, paste. And now we're going to run the service host, which is a local host. Remember, we're proxying through it, so we should be all good here. And the local host is on that actual machine that the container is running. All right, so let's go ahead and hit OK. Boom, it started. So now technically we can run different commands. Perl, in this case, we're doing uh, nmap and all that good stuff. So give me 1 second. I don't know what just happened. Why can't I toggle back? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? All right, there we go. I think this is the thing with the VMs. Let's go ahead and clear out some of that stuff. Go back here. All right, so Where were we? All right, so here we go. So the next thing we're going to do is curl and use proxy chains. So we can curl this information. Let's go ahead and curl this, paste, boom. So what did I just do? This is saying that it's going through my proxy and and it's still able to get to 172.17.01. That's a local IP. So if we weren't routing, we shouldn't be able to get to that, correct? Hopefully that makes sense. So now we can do is the next thing we have to, what is the next question? Let's go down and back to the questions. What is Santa's password? Oh yeah, we got Santa's password. Got that boy's passwords right here. That boy got that. Good, good. All right, so let's go back here, paste it here, paste it. What ports are open? We don't know yet. Let's go down here. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back up here and we're going to go ahead and run nmap. So let's go ahead and run nmap here. Run it. Oops, let's run exactly how they have it. See what's open. So we have two open, 22 and 80. Perfect. Good to go. So 22 and 80. Submit. Bada bing. What is the root flag? So now technically we have username and password that Santa Claus has, right? So now what we can do is use an SSH login because as you can see, SSH is open. So let's just use this auxiliary right here. I love I can just copy and paste because makes that a lot easier. So now we can run SSH Santa. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to actually I want to copy this and then I have to change some of the information because that is not the correct info. So let's go ahead and throw this here. And then I want to put Doom Santa's password is P4 dollar billio dollar W0RD. And then his username is Santa. So technically, if I take this, copy, and let's go back to here, paste it, and pray to God that it works. Looks like we are good. Success. All right. So technically, what I need to do now is interact with that session, right? So now we do sessions. We have this one with SSH root, right? So we can do sessions dash I3 in my case. What happened? All right. So uh, cat root.txt. Boom. We are good. Copy this. Paste it. Complete. Awesome. So day 9 is complete, guys. So I really appreciate you guys watching this. Thank you so much. And I just want to give uh, a little disclaimer for or not, whatever you want to call it. So I'll be out for about a week. I'm going to be traveling. I want to try to do as many videos as I can. But if I don't get to that, I will definitely be posting when I get back from vacation. And if I have to catch up on a few videos, I'm going to have to catch up. It is what it is. But I wanted to do this every day and post it on the same day. But, life happens. I just wanted to put that out there so you don't say, whoa, what happened to Pat? He's not putting out the videos anymore. He gave up? No, that's not the case. I'm leaving to ski for a week. So, yeah, hopefully I can get videos out there, but I just want to put that out there so you guys know. I thank you so much for viewing, and until next time, have a good one.